Greetings, automotive enthusiasts. I'm going to show you this 89 Porsche 944 Turbo that we just got in, but I want to take a quick second to do a shameless plug here a little bit. But we just got in some new t-shirts. Euro-Asian Bob strikes again. The wizard pinned this term, and so I went ahead and had a shirt made just kind of out of fun. So we've got two shirts on our store. I'll put a link in the description and on the comments. But anyway, if you like the shirt, if you want to buy one, they're available for purchase. So I will go ahead and dive into this awesome 89 944 Turbo.
All right, let's go ahead and start with a little walk around of this. Man, I should have looked up the actual color code of this car. Well, when I pop the hood, it'll probably tell us. I think sometimes they have some data plates or whatever, but such a cool metallic gray. I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, it's not just gray. I mean, it has this metallic in it and it gives us this pearl effect. The car is stunning, and you can see the kind of the biscuit colored interior. We'll get into that later. But this is a clean title car, 115,000 miles, and these cars are just awesome. If you know anything about these cars, you know 89 is a very special year. It's basically an 88 Turbo S with upgrades beyond that. 2.5 liter turbo engine, 250 horsepower, 258 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in like 5.7 seconds, and top speed of 162 miles an hour. That is absolutely stunning performance for the end of the 80s. And over here, look here, we got Becky. She's doing some final little touch-up work on the Mercury Grand Marquis, which we're doing a twofer today, right, babe? We're gonna get 2 videos out because we're actually headed out of town this weekend and a little bit gloomy out, so trying to get some done. Anyway, back to the 944. This car is in excellent condition. It's a really perfect driver quality car. It's not perfect, but it is very nice with a huge stack of maintenance records. We'll take pictures of all that. I won't go into everything, but it's got extensive, huge record files on this car. We're talking like engine out, complete engine out reseal and everything. So I just put, what's funny is the previous customer, he had put brand new tires on it, and he was a discount tire customer, and they put brand new tires on it, but these sizes are getting hard to match up, and Discount Tire couldn't come up, so they had mismatched new tires. But so I went to Tire Rack, and the Pirelli Centerados is the only tire available for this car. And I'm sorry, the P0 Rosa. And so I literally pulled off brand new tires to put brand new matching Pirellis on it. It's just, this car deserves everything it gets. So we'll go ahead and zoom in here and show you. I just recently brought this car back from Porsche Palooza in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and had an absolute phenomenal time. We took this, me and my manager David took this in the 82 930. So anyway, let's dive in here. So you're gonna see, as you would expect for a car with 115,000 miles, a few little chips, a few little rock pits, a few little touch-ups and everything. So the front is not perfect, but this car is meant to be driven and enjoyed. I wouldn't even consider respraying the nose. You could to make it nice, but then you're gonna be afraid to drive it in this car. I mean, what's the point of that, right? The driving experience of this car is phenomenal. So go ahead and do that, kind of go around the edge, and you can see, and we'll get this car up on the lift too, so you can see it, so I won't get completely laying down on it. But you can kind of see even the rubber little chin spoiler is in really good shape. Markers are good. There we go. Looking across the hood. No hail or dents on this car. There's a little bit of, I'm seeing some little bitty speckles here. You see that where the light is right there? You see those little speckles? And there's a teeny bit of splotchiness here. You can kind of see that a little bit. Now, if you look at the fenders, they look pretty good. I'm gonna say, for whatever reason, and this is speculation, it did show some damage on the Carfax. It wasn't an accident, it was a damage. Maybe somebody, maybe something fell over. But I'm gonna say that this hood has been repainted. I don't know that the fenders have, because I'm not seeing the same effects, but maybe something fell over, hit the hood in the garage or something like that, and had the hood repainted. So I'm gonna, like I said, I call them as I see them, folks. So, brand new tires, although they got a few hundred miles on them now, because I did take them to Porsche Palooza. Wheels are in beautiful condition. Rock guards aren't all cracked up. Very, very nice. Car came from Missouri. I'm gonna leave this, usually I take this stuff off, but I figure I might as well leave it because if somebody from Missouri buys it, we've got a current inspection sticker, so you can take that off later if you so desire. Few little pits in the it's a little bitty chip or whatever you call it. A couple little pits in the windshield, but looks pretty nice. VIN number, VIN tag, I don't know if it's gonna be able to get that. It's kind of tucked away underneath there. We'll get the one off the door. So, all right, and looking across the roof here. Currently, the sunroof, they have these little plastic little motors that tilt the sunroof up and everything, and they're working, but the gear's kind of messed up. So, and it's very common on these. So the sunroof is kind of working, but it's kind of faulty at the same time. We haven't had a chance to look at that and see what it needs. But so there is a fault with the sunroof, but it is closed. Even the mirror cap is pretty darn nice. Looking down the door, don't see any door dings, don't see anything really jumping out at me. I didn't get down and really detail this car, so there might be some road tar or something on the bottom, but look at that. That actually looks really, really good. And look, the rock guards, these are usually all stress cracked out and everything. A few little stress cracks, but a lot of times they're just totally chalky and spider webbed out. If you know these cars, you know what I'm talking about. There's the wheels, and these are special wheels too. 9 inches wide in the rear. It makes that 245 tire look skinny on there, but man, does this car handle. Little Porsche Club of America sticker. Even around the keyhole is really nice. Around the door handle, a lot of times they're really scratched up in there. The hatch struts on this thing work good. Actually really good. But so another 944 thing, these hatch struts put pressure, I'm gonna explain this to you. So this gas strut is pushing backwards on this glass, and it actually over time can pull the glass out of the channel. And so one trick is to unhook your struts, and they pop on and off in a couple of seconds. So if you need to use them, you can just pop them right on. But I leave them disconnected to keep the glass in good condition. This one's not perfect, but it is really good. Sometimes you'll actually see a gap here. So I think this one, it's not 100% bonded, but at the same time, it's totally serviceable. So, but good idea to keep those guys disconnected. It's a 944 thing. And there are some people that can go in there and actually seal and bond those. But I just leave it like that. A little bit of wax on there. Tail lights, super nice. Exhaust, bumpers, even the bumperettes, I mean, are really clean. The rear spoiler is nice. A lot of times these get, you feel it and it gets kind of porous. It kind of, the sun beats out the deal but this is smooth. Feels really, really nice. Turbo, I love that font, that script. There's the Porsche along the back. And just what you're seeing here, a little bit of wax. I had Van Gogh clean this up for me when I got it back from Arkansas. So I haven't, detailed the little stuff there. I always tell them to leave that for me, and I usually go in there and do the little final detail, because that's stuff that I can do. Those guys are the experts when it comes to the polishing, and I say, hey, leave the cleanup to me, I'll take care of it. So that's on me, but just haven't had a chance, and I wanted to get this video out because I've had some people inquiring on this car. So as you can see, but looking down the right side, absolutely fantastic. Here's the right rear wheel. I mean, even these wheels are like new. I mean, oh my goodness. Look like new. And here's our rockers. You know, you're gonna see a little bit of rock pitting as well you should. It's not possible for it to have 115,000 miles in somewhere. But yeah, she sure looks good. Man, this is actually the first time I've seen it. The Van Gogh, they polished it up and then just parked it over here at Shift for me. So I just basically pulled it out of the basement and just parked it right here. And by the way, I cold started this. I literally just drove it like 30 seconds to pull it right here. But cold start's absolutely perfect. It's still cold, and what I'll do is I'll fire it up again here after the video. But I should have put my camera on it, but cold start was absolutely perfect. A little bit of wax there. There's the front wheel. Man, I hate to call these wheels perfect, but that is really amazing. I'm sure if I got in there with a microscope, I might find something, but there is nothing on a quick glance. Look at that. Oh, wow. I'm a little bit in love with this car, everybody. So, oh, this is one of my, I love 944 turbos. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. Got the hood popped, and there's been no detailing under this hood. This is how we got her. And you can see that it is, I mean, it's dusty. It's got a little dust on it, but you can see how nice everything is. We did do an oil change on it, kind of in preparation for it. Actually, the oil change was good on it, but you know, we're taking it to Arkansas and gonna be having some fun driving it, so I wanted to make sure exactly what oil was in it. I put the same oil in it as my 930 turbo. We use that Valvoline VR1 racing oil, synthetic racing oil. I really like that oil, it's good, especially for turbo cars. All right, this is kind of interesting here. Check this Optima battery out, and it's locked down. I mean, that is a neat little setup right there. I've never seen that before. You know, these are sealed batteries, so you can actually set them on their side. So that wasn't a cheap little setup there. So really nothing other than a little bit of dust underneath the hood. I guess I could have popped this and wiped it off, but hey, I'm driving this car, so it's not gonna be put in pristine condition and parked. I'm going to drive this car, so there you go. And look here, here's the hood, you know, original hood. Oh, there's the VIN sticker on it. Well, not cooperating with me. Stickers. So like I said, I think somebody got a scratch or something on the hood and had it repainted. That's my speculation anyhow. So let's go ahead and close this guy down. Oh, one other thing is they put a little boost, little bleeder there to kind of raise the boost up. Pretty common there. I might pull that off and put on an electronic boost controller. It's really better than the mechanical deal. So you can leave that on or pull it off, whatever you like. She runs really, really well. Let's go ahead and pop the interior here. And I will tell you on this interior, I haven't even detailed this interior. I think I wiped it down when I first got it. Just wiped the dust off, but haven't done anything to the interior. This is how we got it. Just a gorgeous, I love this color combination. You just don't see this. I'd really like to know how many of these are made like this. So here's the seats. Really good condition. Now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna pull these seats out. So it's nice to see them before and after. But like I said, I'm gonna drive this car. But I'm gonna have Dr. Vinyl come in here and re-dye these. They've got a little bit of color wear on it, but you kind of see them beforehand and you can see how nice they look. So showing you before. And we'll have pictures up on our website. Look at the cocoa mats, are super nice. And then the carpet, I haven't lifted it up. Gotta get the brake up there. But the carpets underneath are perfect. You know, these cocoa mats have been on their whole life, other than a few little bit of foot dirt down there. The carpets are super nice, and same thing in the back. Back seats, very nice, and back carpets. There we go. Very nice. And here is our sun visors, sunroof panel. Those are actually removable too. You know, it's kind of more hassle than it's worth, but if you wanted to commit to removing that, you can remove it. You'd want to get the sunroof working before you did that though, because that's part of the procedure to remove it. Power seat on the driver's side. I think passenger too. We'll take a look at that. Let me go ahead and just slide in here real quick. Show you the interior. All right, first things first here, 944 dash is notorious. Got a couple little flaws here. Got a little crack right there, a little crack right there, and a little one right there. So that's just one of the things that's actually pretty good. And look at this, we got the original radio. These things had like what was it? It was a 12 speaker system or something. I mean, 89's neat because they did some things that are really cool. So that's awesome to have the original factory radio, and it sounds fantastic. I'll play that for you when we get on the drive. 115,399. That mileage will climb. Here's the steering wheel. The steering wheel is in very nice condition. Look at the mirror. And even like these armrests are always broken. The hinges, there we go. Still good. Ashtray. Even look at the lack of wear. You know, most of the time these are completely worn through where the leather boot is, and that is super nice. Climate control, everything works on this thing. Air's ice cold. Climate control works great. We've got the owner's manual and everything in there to go with the car. All right, let me go ahead and jump out and I'll show you the other side. And here we are. See what's really cool, look here. We got speakers down in the doors. So we got drivers right there, we got tweeter right there. And even, I think, is there a speaker down in there? No, I guess not. I thought there was, but there's not. Look at the thresholds. Really nice, not all scuffed up. Here's the passenger seat. Because what I'm going to do, the reason I haven't done anything with Dr. Vinyl on these yet, is because they're getting a little bit stiff, and that causes this right here. You see that little pull away right there? And so I'm going to condition these seats, and I'm going to soften them up and everything before I have them dyed. Here's the carpets. Cocoa mats, super nice. Power again on this side. There's a cool view from the passenger. And I'll show you the back. See, look at the speakers in the back too. Sound system sounds great in this car. Absolutely love it. And we got something spilled right here. That'll just come right off, as you can see. Wanted to get this car out, so kind of didn't get a chance to detail it out, but you can see what a great car it is if this is as dirty as it is under normal use conditions. So I'll go ahead and pop the back for you. I've enlisted Miss Becky here to give me a hand. Becky, thing's kind of heavy, isn't it? You can understand why these hatch struts are so strong, but go ahead and lift up just a hair on that. But here's how easy it is. Lift a little more. But literally just click. I get the wire there. There, that's it. One more. And just kind of showing you here that the struts are good. Lift up a little bit over my side. And that's it. That's all you do. And then there is the little wires that go in there for the heaters or whatever. But you can see that the hatch strut stays, and then I'll show you the kind of reverse to take it off here in a second. It's very, very simple. So here we have a nice cargo mat back here, and then we'll go ahead and pull this out, and voila. There is the trunk. I mean, most of these are beat. And I'll show you something kind of interesting. You see how this is a little bit worn right there? Dr. Vinyl can actually come in there, and I don't even know how he does it, but he sprays a flock in there, and he can even touch that up. I've had him do it on some other cars. I don't know if I'll mess with it on this one or not, but just showing you everything. And then here is the roller shade, and it is all good. and retracts. A little stiff, probably from lack of use. Let's go ahead and lift the carpet here. And it's got snaps. Go ahead and undo these snaps. And there's the jack. How much do I want to undo here? Kind of want to show you, but I don't want to undo everything. Oh, there it lifts up. Okay, there we go. There we go. Collapsible spare. There's the factory pump, which is important. Those are expensive. There's all the tools, spare, jack, and everything. And look how nice this thing is back here. Super duper nice. Set that back down. And I'll grab Becky here again and show you how easy these struts are to disconnect. All right, come on here, I'll show you. So all I do is I just kind of take my elbow here and I lift up on the strut and just put my key in here. There's a little slot. Put my key in there and it takes tension out of the clip right there. And then literally it comes right off. Couldn't be easier. It's actually it's harder to put them on, I think, than take them off. But there you go. And most of the time, you're just loading stuff. You know, the seat flips forward too. I should have shown you that. But the seat flips forward and makes for a huge space back here. But a lot of times you're just throwing stuff, you know, in from the front seat to the back. So I don't know anybody that really regularly fills a 944 up, but I'll tell you a funny story is, I used to bicycle race or whatever, and I had 944s, and I could put my complete bike in there, take the front wheel off, and my bike and everything would fit in here no problem. I used to take it to bike races. So these things are awesome in that respect. And then just take it right here, kind of drop her from there. So there is the external overview. So let's go ahead and push this thing over here. Or I'm gonna actually before I do that, this thing's been sitting here now for about an hour. And like I said, it was only run for about less than a minute before. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up again for you. Got her up on the lift, and I actually left it running for a couple reasons. It's kind of nice to hear it underneath, and then it'll be nice, and I want to get up to full temperature before I get out there. It's a little cool outside. It's in the 40s, so I want to be sure to get her to full temperature before we go take it for a drive. Here's our stock exhaust. These things have a great little tone for a 4-cylinder, that's for sure. There's our tires. All right, actually I haven't even been underneath it here, so this is kind of cool for me too. No detailing done, but you can see it is dry. Shocks are dry. This thing dries fantastic. And this thing, they did suspension tweaks on the 89. They did a lot of stuff. Sway bars, wheels, more power, all kinds of cool stuff. You gotta be careful when you lift these cars up. A lot of people damage these cars. That's why I wanted to get on the lift too and show you underneath, because here's where your jack goes, so I guess that would be a good spot. I didn't see that, so I got it on the suspension, remember? But people damage these cars underneath, so showing you there's a lot of potential damage areas underneath on these cars. That's why I'm kind of want to be sure to get it up on the lift and show you. Look, she is dry. Oh, we got adjustables up on the front here. I don't know if that's factory or not. Interesting. Maybe somebody put some conies on there or something. I don't know, I'll have to look that up. The rear ones are just shocks. Again, you know, because they're adjustable with the torsion bar. So you can adjust, maybe that's factory. That could be I bet you that's an 89 thing or a 944S thing. Cool. All the bushings are nice, not cracked up or anything. Brakes are good, no lips on the brakes. Just a little dusty. All right, and then here I wanted to show you underneath the bumper, because these things are usually destroyed. See, it's really nice shape. And then I'll pan back here a little bit. It's kind of a bronzy gray. I don't even know how to explain that. I'll go ahead and give you like just a pass, front and back. And reverse. Need a selfie stick for this. You can see it's super nice underneath, especially for 115,000 miles. All right, she's ready for a test drive. Let's go. Just noticed a little bitty ding right here on the bottom of the door. So I thought I would point that out. I didn't see it from the top side, so just lowering the car down, I caught it, so I'm showing it. Well, we got Becky riding along for this one. What do you think about this car, hon?
Oh, it's freaking amazing.
Yeah, you've driven this one several times yourself.
Yeah, the color, everything, it's awesome.
Just how comfortable it is and everything.
Yeah.
So you see the weather's a little bit, misty out here. It's supposed to start raining, so we're just trying to get all this in fairly quickly. And but yeah, I hated the car is so beautiful. I hate to take it out in the rain, but like I said, we're going to drive it anyway. So so we got her out, and a little tricky on the damp launch there, but it did pretty well. So now we're going to take it for a spin and do our little test loop and see how she drives. So it's fully up to full operating temperature now. I wanted to do that on the lift, and just you don't want to get into turbo cars and get on them when they're cold. You want to get them up to temperature. So we're going to go do our little deal here. We've never really done this in the rain, have we, babe? I mean, we always avoid the rain. But in this scenario, we just needed to get it done, and like I said, as soon as we get done with the video, we're driving it home. So it's like, if you want to come and see it, be sure to call me in advance so I can get it cleaned up and ready to go. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and get up on the highway. Ready for the boost? He's got limited slips too from the factory. What I love about these cars though is how nice they ride, how comfortable they are, how nice they ride, how quiet they are. This car feels so ahead of its time. I mean, this body came out, basically, this chassis came out in like 78, 79. Right. I mean, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable, yeah. Started out obviously as the 924, and then 83, the 924, still the same basic body, but had an Audi motor and, not, much. Although they did have the Carrera, the Porsche Carrera GTs, which was a 924 homologation race car. Those are cool. You see 924 turbos and stuff. But really, when they transformed into the 944, that's when they became, really legendary. So we're just cruising along here. Everything works on this car. Cruise control, everything. Like I said, I just drove it. I don't know how many miles. I've probably put 1,000 miles on this car since I bought it, I bet. At least, or more than that, maybe. But yeah, I think it had 113 something on it because we bought it in Kansas City. And be sure to watch the video of us buying the car from the customer. It's a lot of fun. So we did do a Tales from the Trip on this car, and Becky and I drove it back from Kansas City. So, like I said, the history, the condition of the car kind of speaks for itself. It drives absolutely perfect. No issues whatsoever. Brakes, power. I mean, it's just great. I just put it through its paces and on the pig trail in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and
I guess you did thoroughly test it already.
Oh yeah, it's been
it
thoroughly tested, absolutely. And I love it. But being a little bit wet and damp out here, we got to be a little extra careful. Love the pop-up headlights. I remember back in the day, when the 968 came out, and that was the new thing. We're like, oh, that's our dream car, 968. But as time has weathered on, now don't hate me, everybody, but I think the 968 is kind of an ugly duckling, kind of an ugly stepchild between the they kind of took a 944 to 928 and kind of blended it. It just doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work for me.
They didn't make that many of them.
No, they didn't.
You don't see them.
No, and they're great cars. I mean, from like a driving standpoint and everything, they're great cars. But from a styling standpoint, it's funny. I thought I always wanted a 968, but now I am just at home in the 944.
944.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely love them. But let's give it a little bit of gas here. You ready? Hold on. Oh man. Oh, it's fantastic, but so compliant, you know. And I just love it, man. Do you remember, Becky? Literally, I mean, we go way back. The wipers are squeaking, and I actually have brand new wipers for the car wiper blades. I just haven't put them on yet. So there's that. But I remember it was literally 20 years ago. Me and you went and looked at a maroon 944 turbo. We drove it, you know. And yeah, I don't even think I brought it up, and I don't even know if you remembered it or not.
Not really. It must have been how many? 30 years?
25 years ago. Yeah. And I think they wanted like $4,500 for it, you know. And I just, man, it was my dream car. I love the 944s. You know, we had a few 944s, but you know, even those were kind of hard to acquire and out of our, you know, our realm of what we could afford. And I remember we drove that turbo, and I wanted it so bad, but it was like $4,500, and it was just like,
ain't gonna happen.
No, no, we didn't
Not
get
that
it.
big.
Nope. And then we found that black one, and that was my first turbo, that black one, and we had that for a couple of years.
Not long ago, really.
No, and then I had that on and off the website several times.
Yes, you did.
And because I bought a red one that I put.
Is it for sale?
Yeah,
Is this the week that
I
it's for
know.
sale?
I bought a red one, and I'm like, well, I like both of them, so I put both of them up, and I thought, well, I'll keep whichever one doesn't sell. And the red one sold, and then I had the black one on there. And then actually people were threatening to buy it, so I just pulled it down. And then I don't know why I decided to put it back up again. I don't know why, but I put it back up again, and sure enough, lo and behold, you know, it sold. And then I've been having seller's remorse ever since, and I'm predicting even a greater degree of seller's remorse with this car.
Right.
Oh man. So anyway, here you go. We kind of told you about the car, and be sure to go to the website. I'll have pictures of all of the you know, all the receipts and documentation and everything as far as that goes. And as always, like and subscribe, and don't forget your Euro-Asian Bob Strikes Again t-shirt. And appreciate you watching. Have a great day, and happy motoring.
Bye.
I gotta hit it again. You ready? Whoa! No video could be complete without a radio demo. Eye of the Tiger. How appropriate is that?